This is another one of those days where I've made like 10 videos and it all feels so important to say, and yet nothing feels right. You know, we're in this really weird energy right now. It's transformative, it's transitional, it's really pushing us in all of our pain points, while at the same time, it is lifting us up. We are ascending, we are moving on, we are changing through all of this. But I still see so many of the different sticky parts, the quicksand, the pits that people are getting stuck in, and it's like the healer in me just wants to both take you all by the hand, as well as, if ever there was a week for loving bitch slap and shaking you by the shoulders, this is the week. So I've made all these different videos trying to find the right angle, the right approach, and I sat down with spirit, and this is one of those times where it's like we're all on our own journey. You know, as much as we've been a collective walking through this together, at times like this, I can see how much we're really in our own individual place with what's going on right now. And these energies are going to push you into someplace different depending on where you're at in your level of healing, your level of expansion, how settled you are in your nervous system, how ready you are to face that next level, boss level shadow work. All of these individual factors are going to affect where you are personally right now. And unfortunately, I can't speak to all of it. We're all just in our different place right now. Well, at the same time, we are united in this transition, in this transformation. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to think through more how to serve each of these places, how to offer things up to each of these places, because there's important messages here for everyone. For those who are really ready to be lifted into the next phase, for those who are really stuck in this really challenging part of shadow work, and for those people who are still traumatized by what's happening out there. And I guess in a way I've already done that. That's when, you know, as I've been making all these other videos, I've been looking at the content I've already created, what I've already given you, and it's all there. My emotional support playlist, my shadow work guidebook, my light circles, my channeled messages about Ascension, which, by the way, I put the light circles in one bundle. You can now get them all together. And I've put all my Ascension stuff in one bundle. There is one Ascension series. You can get it all. So I guess I just really want to give you permission, wherever you're at, give you permission to accept where you're at. Okay, even if it's really uncomfortable, even if it sucks and you don't want it and you want to move on, you're where you're at for a reason. You're in this very specific soup that's specific to you right now for a reason. And it has to do with where you're at in your transformation. So the first step to truly transforming something is to accept it, integrate it, allow yourself to be exactly where you're at right now. Not even so that you can then move it, not even with the intention to move it, but just to be where you're at. Find acceptance in the discomfort of where you're at right now. So many times, that's the only thing we need to heal and move through something. The only problem that our emotions cause is that we're running away from them, or we're fighting them, and we're not being present with them to receive the information that they have to share with us. So just be present today. Get cozy, do the things you love, and when the feels come up, just let them be. We're in this phase of ascension where we're going through, it's like this final integration, final wrapping up. And I don't mean final like next week we'll be done, but it's the phase of, we've been triggered so much this year, and in all the years previous, those of us who've been on an awakening path for many years, a spiritual journey for many years, it feels like this level of healing is reaching a fever pitch. And so it's going to have this feeling of like completion energy. If we will accept the initiation, this initiation, this gauntlet of going into our final phase of transformation. This is going to require a lot of patience with yourself and softness with yourself. Allow yourself to be wherever you're at in that icky, sticky phase. Because I promise you that if you try to rush through this, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. It's going to backfire. You need to be where you're at, okay? And being where you're at, being in that energy is what's going to allow it to naturally transform you. So I'm going to take the weekend. I'm going to get cozy. I'm going to be with myself. I'm going to see what my soul is asking for next. And I think from there, I'm going to get more clarity on what we as a community need. Until then, you can always look through everything I already have, my emotional support playlist, all of the things that Spirit has already delivered to serve us now in this corridor of time. So hang in there, fam. It's rough for pretty much everyone. You're not alone in that. We can make this purposeful and we can use it for our transformation. We're going to get there.